Okay, welcome to The Prisoner. This is a very unusual game from the 1980s. Well, 1980 to be precise. The premise is very similar to the TV series it was based on. Our character has quit his job of being presumably a secret agent, and he did it for reasons known only to him. Now, in this game they've added another step. You see, there is this resignation code. Basically, what happened is our character walked to a machine which listened to him, processed all his emotion, and condensed it to these figures, this one 3-digit number, 230. Now, as the section up on there in the top of the screen indicates, I'm under no circumstances to reveal it to anyone. What will happen if I do? Well, it's an instant game over. So, bearing this information in mind, and, knowing that this game is very, very keen on, pulling a mind trick on you, let's press spacebar and, continue. Okay, so we've resigned, we got our number, which is known only to us, and we have a choice of destinations for a post-retirement vacation. Well, which of these haven't been hit by any terrorist attacks lately? Okay, let's go to Geneva. Okay, I've lost control. I think we've been gassed. Yes, this is the effect of a gas, and we're slowly regaining consciousness. This isn't actually a loading screen, no, this is a testing your patience screen. I should probably turn on interlacing for more authentic Apple II look next time, but I might keep it like this. Okay. Right, so this is the castle, and this is the only part of the game the manual actually explains. This is supposed to be a bit of a maze. And this is the only part of the game which actually tells us its controls. As you see there, U, D, L, or R. I presume they mean up, down, left, or right. Well, it looks like an exit on the left, or on the right there. So let's go right. Okay, there's a wall there. Let's go down. Oh, wait, no, down. Another wall, right. Down. Up. Right, down. That was easy. Okay, so I guess this maze symbolizes us waking up after guessing. Now we have 5 options for stating our identity, and yes, as you may guess, number 5 is an instant game over. Oh, and by the way, this game also autosaves every time you do something, and an instant game over means you have to restart the game. You know, like a roguelike. Only this time it's not, your failure is not based on any randomness, it's based on you letting your guard down. So who are we? Well, I have questions, so let's go with number 1. Okay, we're not questions. We're the star of the show, number 4. No. Well, I'm angry now, number 3. So, we are number. Know thyself. The caretaker wishes to see us. Well, let's look for the caretaker. Down. Here, we're standing next to building number 6. I happen to know there are 20 in total on the map. Right, so let's go down. Okay, down doesn't work. Up doesn't work. Left, right. No. Yes. The game has changed the control scheme without telling us. How nice of it. Arrow keys? No. Well, Apple II doesn't really have standard arrow keys. This is the original Apple II we're talking about, not the Apple IIe. This game is like several years too early for the Apple IIe. What else could be in? QAOP? That's a Spectrum layout. How about S? S, yes. S moves us down. How nice of it. So N is north, east, and west. Wonderful. Right, let's the buildings. Okay, so 6, 7, 12, and 11. Now, what's this thing in the middle? Well, that's the information booth. Free information. It reminds us that no man is an island. It wants us to identify ourselves. Well, we've just been told that we are number. Number. Yes, it's number, not hashtag. Okay, menu. What's our account number? It's 86187. Okay, I'm going to write this down. I have a separate text file open, just for the sake of taking notes. And I should definitely note down the resignation code, 230. Right, 86187. Now we go number 2, location. Well, that's informative, yes, thank you. Weather? Rainy. Credits? 500. 500 credits is the standard starting amount. Well, okay, let's go. Right, we need to find a caretaker who, if you remember, the TV series was always referred to as number 2. So let's look for number 2. I happen to know the shortest way there is north. Yes, this is number 1, and this is number 2. Well, let's go. Have a chat. What can be done for you? Well, there is a series of questions I want to ask this guy, specifically.
Where am I? In the village.
Okay, we're on the island. Another question.
What do you want? We want information. Information.
Oh dear.
Information. You won't get it. By hook or by crook, we will. Whose side are you on?
Okay, more questions.
Who are you? The new number 2.
Who is the master?
Who is number 1? You are number 6.
Thanks.
I am not a number. I am a free man.
Okay, well, this is a simple chatbot. Still, pretty new technology for the year this game was released. I mean, what? Weizenbaum's experiment with ELIZA were conducted in like mid-60s. In 1974, I believe, he published Computer Power and Human Reason, which resulted in, first experiments with text adventure games, interactive fiction. Yeah, at this point, a game with text interface is still kind of new, especially a game trying to talk to you. What else can we ask this thing? Oh yes, I know. How do I escape?
That would be telling.
Yeah, that would be telling. Where is the island? That would be telling. Oh, apparently the color of the caretaker's socks is also important. I don't think we can get much out of him, at least at the moment. Maybe we need some keyword to make this machine respond in a special way, so let's just tell him goodbye. Maybe it's not a sir, maybe it's a lady. Okay, just... Goodbye. Oh, good. He let me go. In my previous run, sometimes when you try to leave, the chatbot pretends he doesn't understand you and just forces you to stay there for like an extra 2 minutes, just bombarding you with questions and telling you to confess. Yeah, so its performance is unstable, but it's not entirely without intent. Right, so in the first videos I'm actually going to visit all 20 buildings, one by one, before I actually try to do anything with them. So, we've been to number 6, which is our house, and I'm not going back there because that will actually force me to replay the castle sequence. Now, we've been to number 2, so I don't know, let's go to number 1. I'm playing this sort of semi-blind. I've seen some of the buildings. I've been to some of them a few times, but this game is kind of full of surprises. Okay, yes, let's have a medical checkup. Is reaction time a factor in this? 48 less than... what am I supposed to do? 50? No. Let's type in 4. Okay. I think it just expects me to maybe repeat the sequence, or type in one of the symbols from it. If I try something that isn't in it. No. Just random buttons do nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh. That did something. 6, 8... can I type in 8? 7? 5? Just random numbers don't do anything. Neither do random letters. Okay. Have a colon. Yes, it definitely expects me to type in the... No? It doesn't accept my input now. I'm typing F and it doesn't do anything. B? No. 8? Okay, 8 did something. More than? At? Why is this border getting narrower? It's kind of choking me visually. Poo. Poo. More poo. Okay, 6. More poo. B. Except poo. I think it's trying to tell me something, but I'm not sure what. Oh god, my eyes hurt now. Okay. Well, that was confusing and seemingly pointless, and I'm definitely turning on interlacing next time, because, well, it makes white less pure, less sharp. Right, number 3. What does it offer us? Number 3... Would I care to be a caretaker of a small community? Why not? Yes. Okay, so we have control. And we have several parameters, 1 to 8, which, well, we can regulate. Say, for example, I don't want people to be watched all the time, so I'm going to type in 4, surveillance. I'm going to type in D to decrease it. I'm going to keep tapping D to keep decreasing it. And this is kind of a very early version of SimCity. Well, SimCity was released in when? It was published in 1989, and its, well, first prototypes were made around 1984, I think. And, wait a second. So apparently me turning surveillance down somehow deprived me of information about what's going on in this town. You know what? I'm going to crank surveillance back up, because, well, I'd like to know what is happening. It's funny, though, that means that in every other city builder, we're essentially playing a total police state. Anyway, I'll crank up surveillance. Unfortunately, the game seems to let me do about 10 changes before it cycles. Okay, so what do we do now? We can open the gates, I think. That'd be nice. Gates. Decrease the gates so that people can leave, maybe escape. Or maybe they can start a business, importing stuff and exporting. You know, boost the economy. Down with the gates. So, gates got fixed, thanks to security. Well, down with security then, if security keeps repairing the gates. Am I going to start getting all these messages all the time? Well, security. Let's kill security before they flood me with reports. And they're very good at repairing the gates. Look at it. We're almost down to nothing. Yes, thank you. I know. Find us not. Well, we're giving people freedom. They feel free to fight. It's their choice, I guess. Right, now we can kill the gates. Eventually. Oh dear, someone was killed in a fight. Well, I guess that's the price of freedom. Let's keep turning down the gates. Why do we have saboteurs? Anyway, I think I'd better crank the water up a bit. You know, just so people don't die of thirst. Notice that population is going down, but there was only one death, so I presume people are escaping. Why can't our saboteurs blow up something useful, like gates? By the way, gates are dying by themselves, which is very nice of them. Now, food is running low, for some reason. How did the headquarters know? Oh wait, that must be external communication. It's 8, right? Apparently security can break up fights. Well, it's a laugh riot. And how many? Oh, 74 people. No, I'm still cutting external communication. Now, security may break up a fight or two, but that's just a ruse to... That's just a ruse to make security seem useful. I probably should have... God damn it. I probably should have turned down internal communications, just so that I couldn't hear any of that. There's something off with our statistics. Wait, 826 and 298, that doesn't add up to 1000. The joy of playing a real-time city sim on a system which has to run everything turn-based. Oh. Yeah, this is basically how my average game of SimCity goes. Well, that's the end of that minigame. Yes, the entire purpose of which is just to make me understand how important security and gates and surveillance are for successful running of a very large prison. Or is it just a regular community? I don't know. Right, so let's go into building number 4. How very interesting. What's going on here? Okay, let's go west. Come again. Okay, I don't think this button works. Let's go back to Trident Tester to UDLR. L. Okay, we can walk with L. Right, let's see what this is. It would appear certain floor tiles make a noise when I step on them. Peculiar. Right. Oh, yes. L. Up. What's this socket? I don't actually have any button to interact with things. It's all done by just walking whenever I need to. Right. Left. And it wants me to input something. I don't understand, really. I'm not really particularly a musical person. Luckily, the island offers many ways to escape, so we might not need to do this to, win. Well, what do I type in? Let's try 9. So, anything? No? Can I move? Yes, I can. Okay. So there's another musical tile here. You know what? Let's scan the entire floor of the room to see if, where the sound tiles are. Although I don't think I'll be able to do anything with them. Again, no particular musical ear. Starting with the top row. Okay, so 3 notes in the first row. The second. Again 3, and it seems that the closer they are to the... Wait, I think they're diagonal. Wait a minute, I think it's a diagonal line of music. Let me try it again. Right, left, right, up. And if this is a diagonal line, if I move up and to the left, I'll get another beep. Wait. Yes, so it's a diagonal line of this tone. Interesting. Wait. Okay, so let's move left. Oh, wait, right. Okay. Left. Okay, so that line is no longer here, right? It ends in the wall. Down. Right. Down. Left. Down. Right. I hope you appreciate these musical noises, because, you see, Apple II doesn't have a sound card. All it has is a so-called 1-bit speaker. Okay, I'll go down here. A 1-bit speaker is a circuit that makes a click sound when you... Oh, here's another line. A new one. Yes, so it makes a click when you pass electric current through it. And the click sound is always the same. If you want your Apple II to actually produce some musical sounds... okay, I'll go left. Yes, if you want your Apple II to produce musical sounds, you have to code it in BASIC. You have to code some special function to tickle this to tickle the what do you call this? The circuit at the intended frequency. So for this music, you actually need to know the exact frequencies you need to trigger. And this is not particularly impressive compared to speech synthesis. Yes, speech synthesis in an Apple II game, 1982. Beyond 1982, what it was? Castle Wolfenstein. Yes, by the late Silas A. Warner. Also used in Beyond Castle Wolfenstein by the very same developer. Yes, the prototypical stealth action games. Now I'll go check out this section between the what? The two white things. Okay, so there's a diagonal high-pitched line running here as well. Sorry. Okay, let's... I don't know what to do here, so... Maybe we're supposed to input some coordinates? Look at this, there was like a section of the screen with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... notes? I don't know. We'll think about it. For now, I'm leaving. And we'll go east. Wait, change the control scheme. East to number 5. There's number 5. Up. Not up, north. This game. West. Okay, so apparently building number 5 is the carnival, where they won't let us in without a costume. Well, we'll have to look for a costume. Later, I guess. What do I do now? Well, now, I said this game autosaves, but there is actually an option to quit it manually, without rebooting the entire system. For that, we need to press Ctrl and C. Got a score -1 out of 1. Thanks, game. The score is a very peculiar thing. It represents our individuality, humanity, and supposedly, if your score is very high, you get more events that can lead you to different new ways of escaping. Yes. The problem, of course, is that every single action I take affects our score, one way or another. And the game never tells you whether something earns you a positive or negative score. And the only way to see your score is to quit. And I'm pretty sure quitting at some points of the game actually by itself is a penalty. Right, so as you can see they offer us a clue at the cost of 10 points. Well, we're already in the negatives. So, I guess, why not? Yes? Hello? No man is an island. Would you like another clue? Supposedly clues also get better if your score is high. But it's all very random. Well, no, I don't want another clue. Thanks, that was enlightening enough. Be seeing you. Yes. Yes, you definitely will. Okay, so at one point online, when I was reading up on the game, I ran into someone claiming that they found a way to escape by reading the game's source code and finding a way to trigger the ending sequence, the good ending sequence. And then they wrote about this to the developers, and the developers essentially wrote them back congratulating them on a fair victory. Yeah, so this is the kind of game where looking up the source code can be considered a legitimate win. Stopping playing the game also considered one, because, it no longer holds you prisoner. But, let's try to do a bit of cheating. Like, I don't know much in terms of Apple DOS commands, but I know that catalog is supposed to show us the list of files on the floppy disk. And that's a preview of the areas we'll be visiting. Oh, look at that. There is an Applesoft file called Clues. Oh, the game denied us clues, so let's load it and read it. How do we do this? Will we type in load clues? Yes, we're smart, we're clever, and now we type list, which is supposed to show us the entire program. Well, apparently, the clues is a program for picking a random clue out of a hat. At least that's what I think it is. Okay, so it's not particularly helpful, and that means you win this round, the prisoner. And we're going to end this episode now. Be seeing you.